Welcome everyone to the 162nd.
Ooh, a lot.
Yeah, 62nd. Hey, weekly live stream. That's sometimes weekly. Um,
Sometimes.
yeah. In case you didn't know, we've gone through a time warp and we've actually traveled back in time last week. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a bit too much. We decided to only do an hour and then maybe wait a little bit to try again.
Yeah, but we got here eventually. So today, joining us in the art booth, the art house, the art shop, the
Studio.
studio. Oh, hey, yeah,
Studio audience?
we got Alley Claw.
Hi.
We and there's like a Fluffy's eye,
Hello.
and sitting on top of Fluffy's eye's head is a cute pencil case.
Hi.
You gotta do it like it's your fluffy boy and your lion
No.
girl and your mousy girl and your undead boy.
Boy.
There's a lot of people just wearing pajamas over here.
I also like to point out that CPC has already fluffed the heck out of this drawing.
I hope she's doing that on a different layer.
I made new layers. I started doing it on the wrong layer.
Oh yes, it
Nice.
is. To be fair, that was your fault last time.
Yeah, it was probably my fault. Yeah. So, this week we only have one picture, so I'd like to remind every single person who's viewing us right now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you have any art you'd like to submit, please feel free to submit that at any time. You'll notice
Send
we
your
make
art
these
to us, please.
we make these posts once a week. Just fire them into that if you don't want to post it as a regular post, or even just PM it to us. Send it by carrier pigeon. I believe one time one was mailed to me, and I did that. Like, however you want to get it to us, we'll critique it.
Print it out, go on a plane, get off the plane, come to our houses, and then
All of them.
ring the doorbell, and then take the picture and just literally shove it in gently into our faces. Like,
Exactly.
so just drive it in there.
You
but
gotta go to
gently.
all of us because we all need a copy. One person.
Yeah,
can't,
we need to
you know?
we need to look at it, and then we get like a webcam, and we each just like draw on it with like
Perfect.
acetate layers.
Yeah,
Oh the camera is going to fall on my head.
you should avoid that.
Yeah, CPC. That's probably not the best idea. CPC breaks everything.
All right, we're starting a fundraiser for a camera hat for CPC.
Is that like a GoPro?
Can we please
is it a
draw
hard hat?
that? Can that be like the next where we get like the next milestone of episodes? We do like an Aggie, and it's just like draw CPC in her mouse in like a little camera hat.
She
I don't know how cameras look like. I don't know.
So art.
so art.
Art is a thing that exists.
In case you've been watching this entire time, the protagonist 30, this is what happens. When No. Yeah, so, as I said, this picture is by the protagonist 30, and their post is... Some broy want to do some RP with me. Discord, also my drawing. So, heads up, our subreddit isn't an RP subreddit. I mean, feel free to ask, but it's not really the right place. What we have here is a critiquing subreddit where you post your art looking for critiques, or you critique other people. That type of stuff.
Just a heads up of this boy looking for some RP.
Like what? I guarantee you can find a place to RP just by quickly Googling it.
That's probably very easy. Yes.
I think there's entire services set up for that. But let's
Ponytown's
talk the
fun.
course. Ponytown?
It has already been fluffed by the mouse. Not the Disney mouse, the MLPDS mouse.
So, I know taking digital pictures of a flat, like a pencil drawing, and trying to get any sort of balance on it is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
My suggestion, if you're ever going to upload a picture, drag it into Photoshop, GIMP, Paint.net, any one where you can adjust the grayscale and brightness, and you want to just either turn it fully to grayscale or up its brightness, up its contrast and drop and increase its brightness just a touch. What it's going to do is make those black lines pop a lot more. Also, on a lot of flatbed scanners, they'll have a grayscale option. Choose that over color every single time if it's just a black and white picture, because it will really make that detail pop.
And like, if you don't have the money or space for like a full like printer scanner thing, like I'm pretty sure you can get just like an A4 scanner that can just like sit on your desk for like 20, 30, I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, just scan. Well, my printer was £30.
yeah.
I think mine was like
The whole
50.
thing.
Actually, I don't know how much mine was. It was
You'll find them on the edge of the street. It'll be fine. Just grab one. They're more disposable than the ink in them.
IKEA chucks them out. It's like restaurants chucking out chicken carcasses.
So now that we've got the tool out of the way, let's talk the horse.
The horse talk.
The horse actually looks pretty good, based on what I'm seeing. It looks like your poor horse is missing an ear.
I would definitely like to be drawing on this, but my tablet isn't working.
I have good news. This is our only picture, so you can describe in vivid detail how our pencil should be moving.
Yeah. And I just don't have to do it for long.
I like the shape you've given, sort of that bubbly, squishy, marshmallowy shape. That's a very good shape for MLP horses.
Any pony needs to be
Especially if
squishy
you're just
marshmallow.
going for a fun, lighthearted look. It works well with your blocky nose. Boop. And the lack of jaw. The lack of jaw is a very common one that people do because it looks a lot more adorable, more boopable. It's completely fine to do. Hell, they do it in the show sometimes. It works well with what you have here. I can't really see what's going on down at the arm level.
Oh, sorry. I'll get some.
It's not the fluff's fault. It's actually just the picture. It looks like we might have stuff here like that, but it could also be a tie. Or a scarf. I'm not sure. If that's the arms, that's not quite right. If it's a scarf, cool. All right, so let's just imagine there is arms here. Everything all right?
Just try to get the USB in and have to turn it around like 6 times. You know how it goes.
Everything should just be USB-C now. Makes life better.
Okay, my tablet is functional. The USB ports in the front of my computer are dying, but I'm okay now.
Yay. So just a little bit of arms. They have space between them because there's a chest that hangs around there. They don't touch on the shoulders. And that's about it. I mean, it's a good picture. I highly suggest if this is this is actually just how dark it is on your paper, go grab a harder pencil with a softer lead value.
Mm-hmm.
So the lead transfers easier on your same pressure level. What that means is you're likely using like a 2B pencil right now. Step down to you're using a HB pencil. Step down to an H or a mid-level B. I think that's how it goes.
Something like that.
Yeah. Go buy a nice set of sketching pencils. You'll have like 4 different pencil grades in them. Good thing to have for doing multiple levels of darkness. Mm-hmm. I start on a... Yes, I was right then. Yeah, I usually do 4H for my undersketch because I have a lead fist that's frozen in kryptonite. So I need a lighter pencil to make up for my shortcomings, and then I'll move over to darker pencils as I want to refine that image more.
Mm-hmm.
It also makes it wonderfully easy to erase. You sort of just give it a stare at it, and you're like, I want that lead gone. It'll disappear.
From what I can see from like the sketch, I do like what you've been doing with the mane. Like you've got some nice like sort of layering and like and flow going on with the hair. So that's pretty nice. Just work on that a little bit more. I think what I would sort of advise. I'm just doing some like doodling on this pitch right now. What I would sort of advise in terms of like where can I go next in terms of my, I don't know what this side mane is supposed to look like. So I'm just winging this. Like where can I go next in terms of like studying and improvement? I think what helped me a lot was when I started developing the anatomy of a character. Like each thing kind of leads from the last thing. So I usually start with the nose, as you probably saw when I started sketching, and then from there I'll move on to the eyes from like the bridge of the nose, and then like the cheek forms around that. So like it's each sort of piece of anatomy works into the next piece, and it really helps to like formulate how the character is built. And so I think maybe that could help you have some like flow and consistency in terms of the anatomical build. It might help you sort of get used to how things look. Just look at that in your own pace. Think about sort of like how you build up pictures and how your characters are sort of formed, if that makes any sense.
Anyone else got any points on this?
No, I mean I agree with what everything was said. I would say definitely I would look up references for ponies wearing hats, because that's always a tricky one, because you can either be like, obviously the way like you look at Applejack, if someone wore a hat like that, it would be falling off 24/7. So it's a balance of making it look like it feels and looks right, but also that like if the hat was on the head like this, what about the ears? Would the ears have little ear holes that go through the hat, or is like, the hat small enough to fit between the ears? It's those ears, pony ears. You gotta figure out what to do with them. It's like hands. Like, what do I do with my hands? But instead, what do I do with the ears?
Yeah, so look up references of ponies wearing hats. Also, look up ponies in hats, because that's also a very fun thing to watch. Always, like, it's just always a good time.
All right. So if anyone else has any other questions, or anyone else have any art they'd like critique, please submit now.
Yeah, this pony is now 175% more adorable. He's a cute little brush. There we go.
All sorts of fluff everywhere.
Yes.
Fluff is good.
Send us pics so we can fluff and adorableify them. How many people are watching for us to listen? If you're a lucky viewer in the future on YouTube, welcome, and come to the next stream and tell your friends so you can get your art shown and critiqued, and we can chat to you and join our Discord.
Oh my god, CPC.
That
See,
is
I love
amazing. I just realized what she was drawing as well.
I freaking love this.
Ali shares this like little meme of this like puppy every week, cause every time that it's Tuesday for the stream, and LD's like in the secret group we have, LD's like, Tuesday, it's that week again. Who's in? And then we were like, yeah, me. And then Ali sends this thing. It's Tuesday again, no problem.
It's great.
You need to like save that and send that every week.
Absolutely. Oh, you have no idea.
I could only have one reference at a time, and I had puppy, so the lion, I couldn't have the lion up.
It's perfect. I love it. It's
Ooh,
so
got
good.
A new image.
A new image submitted by Tarson. All right, Tarson.
Torson?
Oh, let it be Fluttershy.
What questions you got for us, buddy?
Teeny tiny flutter.
The pose. Is it? So what in particular are you having? There you go. Like the way she's sitting. Like, so is there anything I can improve on? Sure.
Yeah, I will do some. Maybe. Oh, I was going to do it next to it, but I see CPC's cursor moving. I don't see any picture appearing.
She's beside it.
Oh, well.
It's just like a really light under sketch. We will all take cracks at Actually, I'm just gonna do it on the picture. Why not?
Okay. It's all yours.
Not on like the picture layer. I'm gonna make the fade layer. Your colors are fine. We don't really need to see them as much. And I'm just gonna do this thing that I sometimes do to make it easier for our sketchy lines to show up. Boom! Oh, it disappeared. There it is. Now we can see the colors that we draw in a little bit better. Okie doke. So your face is super cute, but I love her little nose and mouth. It's super cute.
Is she sitting on the floor or is she like jumping down?
I think she's sitting on the floor. He said sitting. So yeah, I think the hind legs are the main issue. Let's get that bean bod, that squishy pinky bod. I should be doing this under the sketch in a much lighter color. I normally do. I'll just erase it partially. I usually do my under sketching and then I like make it like a cyan color, so it's like easy. I can still sort of see it, but it's like light, and then I'll just go over and sketch on a different layer on top of that. Let me just erase parts of this now. Okay. No. What would be a good color to show up in pinky? Yeah, that works. This whole like you can do this whole like straight on view if that's what you're trying to do, like this, but it's probably best, especially considering we're seeing her head at sort of a third quarter angle, to just go ahead and push the body in that direction as well. I am not super great at hind legs or sitting positions, but I will try my best. I usually sort of go for like triangle hooves in these sitting positions. It works. I can never find my eraser tool. Okay. What was that? Who let a duck in here?
It was me.
Well, then I guess it's fine. You make up the rules.
It's like, whose line is it anyway? Where the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Great
Is that like
show.
the slogan?
It is.
Wait, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never seen it, so
Oh.
this is
Watch it.
surprising.
Well, I know
don't
it
watch
started
TV.
off. It did start off as a UK show, I do remember.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and do the front on position they're doing, but it's totally okay to make everything a little bit more asymmetrical. Like have the legs at slightly different positions here. Like you can see, I keep losing my eraser tool. Okay. Just gotta use that under her. I can't tell if she's like in the original picture she's bending her hooves down or not, because there's this line here which why would that be at the top of the hoof? Makes it. Oh yeah, you can see it on both of them actually. That makes it look like the under hoof, but the under hooves should not look like bums. Just a little tip. It's a common mistake that they people draw them like pony bottoms, like little bums on the hooves, and that's not really what it's supposed to be.
That's more like goat hooves look like.
I'm trying to do the best with the arms here, but there we go. So sitting positions are very difficult sometimes, I find. But it can be doable. If I think, just for me, what's helped is just immensely looking up reference, just lots of reference. You can find people who've drawn sitting ponies in all sorts of different ways, and it's interesting to see how different people handle it. Where's my pen? There it is. And it can really help you to figure out how you're going to do it. Let's see. I'm just reading the comments. Maze Temporal, being a star as always. you're gonna have a little pony belly button because it's cute. I absolutely love your face as well. Your whole like head and face is just so cute. Just trying to give it a bit more, let it flow into the body a little bit better. The eyes are super big and so cute. I feel like the ears have a bit of it. Like people, you can have whatever ear shape you want, but I feel like they have this weird sort of like they have a very small attachment, and then they have this kind of awkward like they shouldn't bend this way. I've seen people do this, but like that's I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me.
I bend them outwards. I just make them a lot.
Yeah, you
rounder.
can bend them outwards, but it's just the way it's they sort of like have it go like this, and that's not. I don't think that it should bend one direction, not like go like a snake. You know. You can do the open ear like this, a bit of shading, or you could do it like the closed ears, like they have in the show, little cute little pudgy ears, which I used to do, and then everyone said it was weird. Actually, no, everyone liked my ears. I just like I watched the movie and then immediately abandoned everything to do with my old style and just used the movie style and then built up a new style off of that. I've been trying. I've once or twice used the old ear style I used to have, but it's actually really hard for me to do now for some reason. It was a pretty peculiar and exact shape to get. So yeah, there we go. I'm done with this pink board. You don't need to say sorry, Torsen.
There is no reason to be sorry.
You tried your best, and you drew a darn adorable pony. 2 even. There's a little second adorable pony.
There's probably even more hidden in Pinky's mane that you just can't
Yeah, they're
see.
probably just inside there. We should just so this is what we should do. We just do a few little bumps here and there where those ponies are like shifting about underneath the fluff. And it's like there'll be like a little hoof sticking out here, little tiny hoof. Help! I'm lost. Just waving. And there's also one, just like, in the bottom of the cup. they're just like swimming in the cup. Anyway, I don't have any other in case you can't tell. So yeah, what CPC is doing to the side there is kind of what I was the sort of third quarter view I was mentioning, and how you can do this sort of front on as well. I hope our silly drawing over your stuff helps. So, oh gosh, someone logged into Windows. Someone had an error message. I forget what that sound is.
Error message.
Windows being Windows.
It's you try to click on something, but like you can't click on that because you got to click on this thing first. Sound.
Just tell them the 3D printer no longer needed to print that file.
Right.
All right.
I made the 3/4 and then I tried to make a more front view one.
Yeah. Super good.
Helps if I show them what you did.
Yeah. What did you? Have you not had it?
I had it on Pinkie Pie and the first Pinky that she was drawing, not the second. I didn't even.
Oh, so you needed to like zoom out or scroll it
Yeah.
across or whatever. Right. I've just been drawing like zoomed out this whole time. I'm gonna fade this up. You can see the body a little bit more, and then the little pony.
Anyone else have any art they would like critiqued? Any other questions they'd like to ask? Any other fluffy sides they'd like to fluff?
I am perpetually fluffed. I have a tax form to critique, says Maze. Yeah, this is asking me for money. I don't think that's right. Well, I guess there's no more art. We're gonna stop in 5 seconds in 4 3/4 seconds.
All right. Well, goodbye, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
We'll all
Why?
critique together.